Welcome back to GearWire.com. I'm Bill Holland, and I'm here with the members of Cobra Starship. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Thanks for having us.
To be here.
And we're going to talk a little bit about what you guys are doing on the new album, what type of gear you're using, and what's changed since the first release.
Well, in that order,
Actually, I like to start off with the first release. All the guitars were done on a guitar pod. That's a major advance since then. So,
and not to discredit the guitar pod, I mean, you can get some pretty substantial, riffy, shreddy tones on there. But we used a lot of vintage amps, a lot of interesting guitars, interesting basses. So the sound is a little bit fuller, maybe sonically. Would you say?
yeah.
More ambience?
Yeah, more ambience and a lot of cool natural reverbs. We used an Echoplex and a lot of just weird little vintage stuff that if we tried to use on our own, it would probably just sound terrible. But the guy that we did it with knew how to get the best sound out of everything. This guy Scott Riebling from Letters to Cleo.
Yeah, he was the bass player from Letters to Cleo.
Yeah, he was
ended up
totally the
engineering
bass.
our
He's
record.
gonna kill us for that.
Yeah.
But no, he won't actually. But yeah, he was a shredder and he knew about all these neat tones and stuff. That great amps.
In terms of everything you're using, are you guys planning on, I know you use a lot of different guitars. What type of guitars did you use on the album?
Well, let's see. We had, what was it, like a 60s Epiphone Casino.
Yeah.
It was a late 60s Gibson ES hollow body 345 with a stereo pickup. What year was that broadcaster, right?
No, it was an Esquire.
Esquire.
We used a great Esquire, a really nice thin line telly, 3 different Stratocasters, and then
Paul?
actually I borrowed a Les Paul from my friend Craig Bonich from Head Automatica rather, and that was a beautiful Les Paul that got a lot of use. And any other weird guitars? I'm trying to think. We used the bass wise.
Gretsch.
Oh, the Gretsch. Yeah, I think it was a Duo Jet or like a vintage Duo Jet, a really nice guitar.
Cool. What type of effects are you using, like stomp boxes or anything like that?
For the record, I used I used a lot of this OCD pedal that you probably heard about. I think it's full tone. Also used a Pog, Electro-Harmonix Pog, quite a bit on a couple of solos. A lot of just amp, just straight out of the amp overdrive on a lot of stuff. I know that we used the Road King, Mesa Road King a lot for just really big wall of sound kind of, rock guitar tone.
All right, so what about the Wizard you were telling me about?
So we used this really sweet guitar cabinet that we used just about every Marshall head that we had through it, and the Mesa as well. Wizard cabinet, probably, I think it's Chinese wood or something like that, or like Japanese wood, some crazy
Wood
birch.
wood from a tree that only grows
Yeah,
once a year
in
in like
farmland.
the most,
only cut down by monks.
Yeah.
No, it was pretty sweet though. Really thick. I know I think we had 2 greenbacks in there and 2 other vintage speakers that we used to get different tones through. So it was just really thick sounding, solid cabinet.
And then that
heavy.
Ampeg, the B.
Well, that was for guitar actually. I don't know if you
No,
remember.
no, but I'm talking
Yeah.
about what we did with the Ampeg in the little
Oh, yeah.
ante-room in between. This is a cool tone thing that you got to do.
For bass tone, what we actually did, we did 4 simultaneous tracks. We used, we were toying around with it, but we had a bass pod, which we had. There's like a sub low end thing that we had in there, just having the mix in case you wanted to keep it. And we also mic'd an Ampeg B15 in like the in between hallway between
loud,
like the engineer room and and the live room, and it just cranked everything all the way up, so it was like distorted pretty much, but it just to make it like cut through a little more. And then we also had my Mesa Boogie head, 400 plus, going through a 410 cabinet in the live room, and then we also had just the DI coming out through, so it was pretty sweet.
Awesome. Now, are you using anything new? I know we were talking about the old album, but is there anything new gear-wise you're using that's very specific to your new release?
That's hard to say, actually. We did everything. We used either stuff that we already had or all of Scott's stuff. I don't think that we made any real new purchases on anything. Or did we acquire any new instruments? No, I don't think so.
Not yet. I definitely want to get another bass amp, so I can what I want to get is this PV musician head from the 70s, I think, or early 80s. And it came with this oversized 412 cabinet, and when you play bass through it, it sounds so sweet, but the distortion is insane on it. And I don't want to run a distortion pedal because, you know, you lose it at the low end out of the bass cab. So like I just want to run like just kind of like A.B. White and like run simultaneous cabs just for distortion. So that's my goal. That's gonna be my next purchase.
Yeah, this is sort of like not quite what you're asking, but this is what we all would want to have after having used it on this recording process. I mean, we used all the best stuff, you know, but I really fell in love with the matchless that we had.
Yeah.
It sounded great with my Stratocaster. It had like one of the best clean tones that I've ever been able to get out of that guitar, and so I would love to get that. And then he had an AC30 with I don't know, it had the speakers replaced with the Celestians. It sounded so good. And I know that those are kind of finicky amps, but I really want one after having played it in the studio. So that's our wish list. We don't have any of this stuff right now, but
I'm getting mine in Florida, brother.
yeah, he's getting his, yeah. But right now, gear-wise, I'm just using the Hagstrom Viking Deluxe that I have, and I'm hopefully playing it out of a new amp that our friend is making me, a company called Acorn Amps. So hope it'll be done in time.
Awesome. Now, what about if you guys could have any piece of just crazy dream gear, however expensive, what would you get?
Wow.
You know what I want? I want that Nigel Tufnell guitar, which is just a full stack. The guitar itself is a Marshall full stack. I would love to have that, or I don't know. A Parker Fly.
I want my Rickenbacker that got stolen from me 2 years ago.
Oh, that's not cool. Well, we'll be back with you guys in a little bit talking about synthesizers. Thanks for joining me again.
Fantastic. Thank you.